Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Donsquale, and we back at it with another Forza Horizon 3 request video, man. Now, I gotta say, you guys have really been coming together, getting these requests going in the last couple of videos, man. We just had a number of people requesting the same thing, which really makes my job easy to make the selection. On today's video, man, you guys want to see your boy Denali, aka Donsquale's dream car build. Now, we have done a few of these dream car builds in the past. The thing about dream car builds is that I'm a car guy. So, you know, from week to week, month to month, even day to day, man, you know, the car preferences and the dream cars, well, let's just say that they change. So I'm gonna go through this list here because we have a huge list. So I'm just gonna run through a whole bunch of names real quick. Grant Williams, Chunky Monkey 45, Young Trucker 1201, GFD What, Drag Cars, Logan Hendra, Watermelon Diecast, Donia Hefney, Jake 76 HD, Tanner Baker, Curtis Pellegrini, Trick Perfect H, The Tobsters, Braith Templeton, Gun Games, Adrian Scoots, Ace Gamer 101, Aziz Duwason, Michael _1750, Adam Hefney, Carson Springer Vlogs, Liam Smoothie, Enrique Murillo, Adrian Zapita, Stan the Epic Vlogger, St. John Hill, Tropical Vera, Razor, Supercars and Chill, Alexis Rodriguez, Ian Murphy, Salty Seed, Katanbir Salin, GabTube HD, Ben Summersgill, Cruz Parker, Mason Vladimir, Brody Radcliffe, Diesel Farms, Brody Mitchell, and Tavon Narwood all want to see my dream car build. Now, in my last video, I did say we were going to have an auction, but I want to see a couple more hashtag auctions down in the comments section, man. Let's rally together if y'all want to see an auction in the next video. Could be in the next couple of videos, but you guys are going to have to stay tuned. We are definitely going to be doing an auction very soon where I'm going to be pretty much cleaning out all of the cars, or as many of the cars in my garage as I can, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, dream car build, let's jump right into this one. What I think we need to do, obviously, is hit the auto show. Now, you guys know me, I'm a big fan of Nissans and Infiniti. I do actually own two Infinitis right now. You guys can check my other channel, youtube.com/Denali. But as far as dream car builds go, even though it would be quite expensive, this car here, very sought after in my opinion, and would just be an absolute blast to drive, and that is the GTR R34 Skyline. Now, here in Canada, from what I understand, there's quite a few of these cars lurking around, but this is one of those JDM only cars that wasn't sold in Canada or the States, so you had to import this thing, and they're very rare and hard to come by. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and select this car for today's build, the R34 Skyline. Now, what we're going to do today is basically modify this thing in a way that I would if I had a ton of money and I really didn't care about keeping this car original. Now, if this were a real life situation and I were to save up all my hard-earned money and, you know, potentially buy this car, chances are I'd maybe just lower it, put on an exhaust and an intake and just leave it, just to keep the resale value high and obviously not to upset the GTR fanboys online. But in today's video, we're gonna throw all that out the window. We are gonna totally turn this thing into a monster. Now, I do want to keep the stock all-wheel drive drivetrain, but I also want to do some rear-wheel drive drifting. But what I think we're going to do, instead of switching the whole drivetrain out here, I'm going to go ahead and throw a diff in this thing a little later on down the line. Now, as far as the aero goes, we are definitely going to be switching it up. A lot of nice options here for this vehicle. As you can see, even in real life, the body kit, you know, the body kits are just endless for this car. Now, for me, I like the original bumper. I'm kind of a fan of the Nismo a little more, but it looks like the Nismo bumper sits just a little bit higher up than the original. So I think we're going to go with the original bumper and the Forza lip here. I'm going to give this thing a real race car feel. Now, as far as the wing goes, oh man, that top secret wing. I need something like this on my silver G35, which is the daily drifter. Now, I get a lot of crap for taking the wings off of iconic cars. You know, the Supra, the R34, there was a few other ones that I took the wings off of. I think it was like maybe an Integra or some sort of Civic with a wing. Man, I don't know. I like the clean look, but for this build, we are definitely going to be going with that top secret wang. Just a big old wang on there. Now, as far as the rear bumper goes, the stock bumper is pretty much a nice look. I do like the shape and the little diffuser they got going on there. Some of the other options don't really appeal to me quite as much. I guess the top secret, yeah, that's the way to go if anything. Got those nice little diffuser side add-ons there. I think we're going to go with the top secret on the side here. Now, side skirts, obviously, chances are the top secret ones are probably going to be the ones that, oh, I take that back. I was going to say those are going to be the ones that I like the most. Definitely not. We're going to go with the Nismos on there. That's a weird little side skirt for, you know, the wing and the rear bumper that you have there. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Now, as far as tire compound goes, I'm a big fan of tire letters. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a racer at heart. You guys have seen my other channel. You can kind of get a little bit of a hint. The only problem with tire letters is tires are one of those things that you can run over, you know, a nail or a piece of metal tomorrow and have to replace that tire. Tire letters, for the good ones, not that cheap, man. So I have a hard time investing like almost $200 in tire letters, you know, when you could have a potential blowout and have the thing have to replace the whole tire the next day anyways. However, because this is a video game and this is the dream car build, we're going to do it the dream car way. Now, I'm going to skim through a few options here because I don't really want to, you know, disrupt the Nissan guys that I have watching this video right now. I'm going to try to find something that really suits this build and those tire letters. So I'm going to let you know when I find that in a second. So for this car, I'm thinking we're going to go with probably my all-time favorite wheel in this whole game, and that is the HRE 945 RL. I just love the 5-spoke design, the multi-piece look. This is the wheel for me on this one, I think. We're going to also beef these up to a 19. Typically, for real world, not rear wheel, tongue twister, real world driving, an 18, in my opinion, is ideal for comfort, but in this situation, because we're going a little more for looks as opposed to, I mean, there's not much comfort to be had in a video game, so looks is pretty much all that we're going for. We're going to throw a 19 on here. Now, the differential here, this is what's going to help us get a little bit sideways around those turns. We're going to be able to put most of the power, if not all the power, to the rear wheels, which I think is going to help. As far as the brake setup goes, we are going to go ahead and, I mean, fully upgrade it. I don't see why we wouldn't. Same thing for the springs here. Going to go ahead and add those on there. Front sway bar, rear sway bar, as always, taking care of business. And the weight reduction for me is something that I would do in a video game. Now, I have two G35s, like I said. Now, my silver G35, which I just put on the road, is kind of my daily now because I keep my black G35, you know, nice and in storage for the winter until the snow goes away. Now, the thing about it is I pretty much gutted the entire car, the trunk, interior, and I thought of it, hey, weight reduction, make the car a little faster, get a little better gas mileage. Let me tell you something about driving a gutted car on the highway for about 40 minutes to work every single day. It's a loud experience, and it's not very fun. So, you know, in a video game, race car, aspect, yes, daily driver, keep that interior in there, ladies and gentlemen. Words from your boy Donsquale here. But now that we got the upgrades out of the way, obviously we need to jump into the tuning section here. Now, as you can see, our gearing is way out to lunch here. So we're gonna bring that back to a more realistic 3 seconds, 0 to 60, 294 at top speed, almost 300 kilometers top speed there. I got a feeling we might need a little bit more gearing there because that seems a little bit low. Camber, we're going to leave the way that it is in this situation. Like I said, I am a racer, but we're going to go a little bit more functionality as opposed to raceness on this one. One thing I do want to do, get that differential. We're going to go 100% to the rear. I just want to see this thing slide and be somewhat of a good drifter out there. Now, next up, we are going to hit that designs and paint sections. Now, I do have a couple of ideas for this car, but I'm just going to skim through a few colors here because I'm not 100% sure on any of the ideas that I did have. Now, I know out there's a lot of YouTubers that do a lot of crazy wraps, a lot of camo schemes and stuff like that. For me, I'm kind of a solid color type of guy. Now, I really do like the manufacturer blue on this car. But if I had to go for, let's say, some sort of a wrap or a paint job, it would be something a little subtle. Now, I do like the purple on this car. I like the way the back line, it just for some reason reminds me of a lava lamp. The way just the rear flare looks, I don't know. I kind of dig this color. Not to say this would be the exact color that I would pick, but it wouldn't be like, you know, a crazy out there color changing wrap. It would be something somewhat subtle, different from the original paint, but, you know, still have a little bit of flair on it. Now, as far as the wheels go, I think the only way to go with a purple car here would be to throw gold on it. Now, brass polished or brass brushed, I think is going to be the way to go. And obviously throw some tint on that bad boy. Now, if that doesn't say your boy Donsquale is a racer, I don't know what does, man. So we're gonna go ahead, add this color to our car, I guess. Save to current car. This is why we need to do an auction, man. Let's get some troops down there. Hashtag auction, man. Could be next week. We got to get rid of some cars, and I'm pretty sure we should be good now. Save to current car. Yes, indeedy, man. That's what we like to see. So next up, I'm gonna go to apply some decals here. Now, we do have to spice this up because I'm not going to lie, I'm, you know, not entirely a huge fan of just the plain purple. I think black accents on any color car really set things off. So that's what I'm going to do on this car. Just kind of black out this, I guess it's a grill section here. Give that a little bit bigger. And as you can see, a nice blacked out. For some reason on colored cars, I like just doing the little black accents. Roof on here. Go ahead and do that. And now that we got the roof blacked out there, oh, what happened to our carbon fiber hood? Gonna have to see if we can get that back. Rear bumper, let's go ahead and do the same thing. I just like the black accents, man. I don't really know what it is. Go ahead and swaddle something up here. And just like that, I think we are just about ready to go here. Save to current car. Too many files still. Dang. Apparently the wraps and the paints are two different design files. So I do want to get our black hood here real quick, so I'm just going to go add that on there. Carbon fiber, and I think we're ready to hit the road here. And now that we got all that out of the way, man, let's take this thing out on the road and see what this thing can do. Now, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if some of y'all are offended, but I'm very much a racer at heart. You know, that Need for Speed Underground, man, it just got to my soul now. I'm scarred for life, man. But on the real, I mean, an R34, probably the most sought after Skyline in my opinion. Next up for me, I think the R32 I like the most. I mean, the R35 is cool, obviously not a Skyline. We are now talking about just a GTR. I like the R35s. They're very cool, very competitive with a lot of cars, supercars, but they just lack that, you know, that panache that this car very much has now. I have yet to drive one of these cars in real life. The fastest car that I've ever driven was a Lamborghini Gallardo. I had the opportunity to drive one, absolute monster. R35's very much in that territory. R34 stock, I think around a track would be very close to a Gallardo. In a straight line, I think an R34 would probably need a little bit of work before it could keep up. But I mean, these cars very moddable. Woo! RB26 in this thing, I believe. So if you guys know that engine, there's just a ton of aftermarket support for this thing. One of the reasons I think this would probably be the, you know, it would definitely be a dream car of mine. It would be a car that I would hold on to for a very long time. And I mean, as far as the modifications go, after looking at this thing, I mean, how could you not modify it? You know, it's tough to keep any car stock, and I said that with my first G35 when I got it, and that thing's pretty much, you know, a race car now. It's got pretty much every bolt-on that you could want, aside from forced induction, and it's you know, it's to the point where I don't even want to daily drive it anymore because it's I put so much time and effort into it. Now I got my second G35, obviously not nearly, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I bought it modified. It is a modified car though. It's difficult though to keep any car stock, especially when you see the potential in other cars that are modified. You know, that's really what got me into it. As I'm cruising down the street and I'm like, hey, that's the same car as mine, except that guy's car looks way cooler than mine does. Oh, speaking of R35, there's the, you know, a little comparison for you guys. Got the 2 vents instead of the 1. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of the R34s. But yeah, I'm thinking that pretty much covers it for this one. So let's just pull off here, get our little thumbnail. So big shout outs to all you guys who wanted to actually, or you know, cared to see my dream car, man. Y'all are the real MVPs of the channel. And if you guys do have any requests that you guys want to see, you know, any YouTuber builds, or any build in particular, man, let me know down in the comments section. As always, I'm just trying to get that that perfect shot for that purple. We'll see if we got it here. I don't know what we'd call this one, man. The you know, the grape poupon. You know, the Welch's R34. I don't know. We'd have to come up with a name because I know all the famous YouTubers, they got like funny, clever names for their cars and stuff like that. So you guys let me know what you'd call this one down in the comment section. But this video getting a little long, man, when you got to do all the, you know, the wrap and modification yourself. But if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys want to see more and you're not subscribed yet, definitely do so. But with that being said, I am your boy Donsquale, aka Donsquale, and we're gonna catch your mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Don't die. Oh shit, where you going, bro? Don't be creeping on my friend. Don't be creeping on my friend. You and your homie. Oh, nut shot. Nut shot. Oh, buddy. Let's go. And your boy, man. Get him out of here. Oh, fucking. Ah!